Well, hey guys, Long Haul Larry, and up here at the Yooper House. So, once again, I have to say thank you to everyone that helped out with this whole project and everything else. It means a lot to me. But, like I said in my last video, actually it wasn't be my last video because there'll be videos of that now coming, building up, but the video where I thanked everybody for their donations and stuff. I had seen my surgeon. That was actually 2 days ago, and he said taking the restrictions off. So I have almost become like a vampire. I sleep so much this last week and everything. It's just been, my body has just been weird, and with all these drugs and everything, it's so crazy with me. It's hard for me to sleep at night, be out during the day and stuff. I keep taking all these naps and falling asleep. And everything, and I tried yesterday. I was thinking, okay, I saw a surgeon. He's like, you need to start, rehab. You need to start working on this. And I thought, okay, well, I can start doing a few tasks around the house here, and I do have somebody that's going to be doing the ones that I cannot accomplish, but I thought today would be a good day. I was going to try yesterday, and I just couldn't get myself motivated. I just couldn't get going. So today is the day I'm gonna start getting up here. I slept last night, and I got about 6 hours, and I'm feeling pretty good. Do have the shooting pains and everything, but I got my back brace on, and I got an ice pack back there, and I'm just gonna work as I can, and when I start feeling too much pain, then I'm just gonna shut it down and go in the house and everything. I have some young men that are willing to help me and stuff. I kind of told them not today because I think I'm not gonna accomplish a lot. And I don't want them to be sitting around and stuff, because they don't really know anything about this stuff. I kind of have to be there at every moment to give them instructions and stuff, and I think it's gonna be kind of a slow day, but I'll show you what I'm going to try to accomplish today here. So this house was built, and it did not have any running water in it, actually. And that little part that sticks out right here is actually the bathroom, and where that wall is all rotten on there and stuff. And the other part down there is the closet. Well, that has been added on later. And then the sewer system, this is a sewer tank catchment deal that's in here, the septic system. And then it runs off through here, and there's a drain field back through the property here. But the one thing they never did when they did that, which the septic guy, when he came and he inspected the septic system and asked him if it was okay, he's like, yep, this is a pretty common system up here. This is perfectly fine. And he goes, now if it's gonna be a large family, yeah, it wouldn't work, but 1 or 2 people, it'd be fine. And I said, yep, no large family here. So, and the main thing that he told me about it, one thing he gave me is down here is the septic system, septic tank or whatever is down there. And it's a concrete cover that you gotta just move off when he pumps it. But there's a hole in there. And he told me that's actually the vent for the septic in the house, for all the drainage in the house, all the drainage off to the sinks and everything else. And usually in a house, there will be like a PVC pipe sticking up through, usually 2-3 inch pipe that sticks up through the roof of the house and sticks up over where like the snow level and everything is gonna be up above. And it goes down in and attaches into the drain lines that are down under the house. And this one has about a 3.5 foot crawl space that's underneath here. It's all got a foundation poured around with bricks and everything. And then there's about a 3.5 foot foundation crawl space underneath this house, and all the piping is right down in this corner, all the drains and everything else. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually put a venting system into this house, because the first year, what he told me is that hole is what it is. And I was like, okay, it's kind of weird, but it worked. But then as soon as it snowed on it and the snow piled up on it and it melts and then freezes, it plugs that hole, and then everything backs up. All the sinks, they all gargle and stuff. Every time you flush the toilet, all the bathtub, the drain, the sinks, they all gargle and stuff. And everything doesn't drain the greatest. So he told me what I should be doing is I should put a PVC pipe in that hole and let it stick up about 10 feet and then have a curved thing on top, and it's like a vent that'll keep it out of the snow. And I used that last year, and it actually worked. But I think what I'm gonna do is actually put an actual venting into this house and make it like it should be. So I have bought 2 inch PVC pipe, And what I'm going to do is, since we're building a new wall on the outside of this house, completely building a new wall, I'm guessing that there's a frame that's a 2x4 behind here, since the nails are here in a row. I'm going to cut this out here to expose behind here. And then I'm going to drill a 2 1/4 inch hole through all the membranes that go up through there and down into the bottom. And then right for the brick, I'm going to put a 45-degree angle on it and have the pipe go underneath the house. And then later on, I'm going to go underneath there. And I don't need to do this right at this moment. I'm kind of concentrating on getting this roof sealed up so I don't develop any leaks. But then later on, I can go underneath there and I can plumb it into the drainage system underneath the house and tap that 2-inch pipe into it. And that will provide a drain for all the sinks and for the toilet and for the bathtub. And then I'm going to run it all the way up through and then run it up to this roof here. And then this is going to get steel on top of it. And I'll just have the hole there, and that's probably have like a coupler or something that I can take it apart. And when I put the steel on there, then I'll drill the hole up through the steel and put a nice membrane on there that's going to seal it up. And then have the 2-inch pipe going up through and have it probably going 6-7 feet up in the air. And that'll make sure that it stays up over the snow line, because we can get 6-7 feet of snow up here. I've been on this roof and been up to my chin shoveling snow off of this roof. So it needs to be up there, and that's why that pipe is so high up there like that. Because actually, when I first did this, I had to pipe that first connection right there, where it's kind of taped together on there. That's where the end of the pipe was, because that stuff is so expensive. It's $100 for every piece of that pipe, and the cap is $250 for that pipe. It's so expensive. But I had the top of it where that one section is, where it's all taped up there. And I had some people come here and they were using the house, and I was going to be coming up in like a day or so, and they called me up and said the hot water wouldn't turn on. And I was like, really? And they said, yeah, I kept coming up with a code. And I asked them, I says, how is the exhaust outside? How's that looking? And I knew I had gotten a big snowstorm, and they took a picture of it, and the snow was completely mounted over the top of that cap up there, and it was plugged up. And I said, you got to get out there with a rake or something, a snow shovel thing, and knock the snow off of that. And it did that, and it knocked the snow off, and then it all worked. So I put it up a lot higher. I put another section up, which put it up high enough, and that helped. And now that I've made this roof line higher like this, I've actually added another section to it. So you got to get these pipes way up in the air so they don't get covered with snow. So I'm going to start cutting into this and see what we got to do, and drill some holes in the wall and see how much I can accomplish. I'm just going to work until I can, until it hurts too much, and then take a break. So I'm going to get to it. All right, so I've been able to accomplish it. Little bit sore, not bad though. Doctor says I need to fight through this pain, and just not overdoing it, just light work stuff. But I got the pipe up there, and way up there right now. The pipe actually has a coupler just under the roof there. You see the coupler there, it's not glued together to the top piece. It's not gonna be that tall. Probably about 6 feet is probably what I'll have it. And then I'll probably put a couple 90s on it to make a little down thing so it doesn't rain through it. And I'll put a screen on the end of it so wasps and stuff don't make nests inside of it and everything. But it's set inside there, and the pipe just runs down into my crawl space. That's like actually right underneath my bathtub. Kind of have it at an angle so the bathtub ends like right here. And so I had to come out just right there, and then I'll be able to bring it down into there, the drainage pipes, and tap it into there. Had some people have actually heard that I was out here and moving around and actually working on this. They saw my video, and they live here in town. And they're the ones with those young men that you've seen once in a while in my videos. And they said, hey, we're coming over to help. I'm like, I'm not doing a lot. I'm being real gentle here. But I think what I'm going to do, is one thing they can start doing, is I'm actually going to pour concrete all along here at the base of this and make a concrete kind of wall. It's really not support. What it's going to be is it's going to be for making sure that mice, rodents don't get up underneath the siding. Because if I just put like a green shirted board on the bottom of this wall and stuff, mice and stuff could dig underneath it and then make their way up into the walls and stuff. So just to keep rodents out, that's what this is. It's a whole pallet full of concrete that I had bought a long time ago and I kind of covered up. And I actually have a concrete mixer. It's back there in the woods behind my house. That's where I keep it back there. And I think that's what we'll do is I'm just gonna have them dig down like 2 inches into this, just get rid of the grass and make it so it's the concrete is below the level of the dirt and everything. And then I'll put boards, have them screw boards in this 2x6s or something all along here to make a rail, and then we'll get the concrete mixer and they can lift the bags up in, and we'll mix the concrete and dump it down inside there, and it'll just be the bottom here. This whole thing will be concrete alongside the wall, that the foundation of the house and everything, and put a concrete base on the bottom of the wall that I'll be building on here. So that way it'll be all nice and secure and everything, and it'll keep the rodents and stuff from doing that. They said they're going to be coming over here in a while, and they said they're actually going to be bringing dinner too. They said they're going to stop and get pizzas, so that's cool. But I think what I'm going to do is while I can still do some stuff, this is a water faucet that I had put out here when I first did this house. I was planning on putting like a garden back here and planting raspberry bushes from my parents' farm down there. They had these really awesome raspberry bushes that my dad actually got the plants from a friend in Idaho, and these raspberries are just awesome. And I wanted to get some up here and plant them back here, and so I wanted to put a faucet here. So I put this back down out here, and it's just a PEX line that goes into the crawl space underneath the house. And I actually wanted to have it lower as it came out, so the crawl space is like this high, something like that, I don't know, and the foundation goes way down. But I think the water pipes are about this high inside here, probably right about here. And I have it tapped into the water line, but I wanted to have it at a gradual slope down, so that when wintertime I have a valve underneath there, I crawl underneath there and I shut it off, and then I open this valve and the water just drips out, and that way there's no water in the line, it doesn't freeze. I think what I'm going to do, because I'm going to pour this foundation, is I'm going to move the line up here, and I'm just going to put a PEX line down into the crawl space and just put it down in there, put like 8 feet of it down in there, and just have it sticking out here and put masking tape on the end and cut that line out and get rid of that. And then down in the bottom, down in the crawl space, I'll have to make some kind of fitting down there where I can have a valve that I can open so that the water can drain out of the line down there, and just do a different setup. And that way the water line, when I build this wall, it'll be like this high and it'll be up in the air, because this was always such an issue. It's so low on the ground, when I mow the grass, come along, I hit this all the time. And then now I'm building this wall, well, it's going to be covered. So I think I'm going to put it right at the base of the floor, which I think is right about here. I'm going to have to poke around in here and figure out where it is, and just feed the PEX line down into the crawl space. Just have it come out here, and I'll cut this out of here. I can do that while I'm messing around, and it isn't too hardcore. Just doing gentle things, seeing what I can do here. So there we go. So I got the new line just hanging out there, and once I get the wall, I'll just let the line hang out there, and then when I go underneath, right now, just getting the outside of the house is a concern of mine. And I have to move the refrigerator inside the house to get the door open that goes down into the crawl space down in the basement of the house. And then I can attach all that stuff. But I don't think I want to go down in there right now, because you got to bend over and crawl around and stuff. And I don't think so. I don't think I want to do that all right now. It's fine just being like that. Now, this has to be fixed. There needs to be a wall here. And you can see the overhang that was built. And I cannot, for the life of me, figure out what's going on here. But it was not done right. And the overhang does not really exist on here. So what I basically have to do is make an overhang to match the front overhang to come out in here. So that's what I'm going to be doing now, is I'm going to be doing that and stuff, and I have to build all that, and then I have to build a wall that's going to come down from the trusses down to this other roof, and then build over to this post, a wall over from the roof edge over to this post. And I got to build that wall down, and I have to have that done, but I don't think I could do most of that. But I think I can do some of it, with some of the light lifting stuff. But I can't get up there, and I can't walk on that angle, especially in slippery stuff like that. So I think what I'm going to do is I got a bunch of chunks of 2x4 around here. I'm actually going to screw them into the roof going up and make it like a ladder going up the roof line and down the other side. And when the other guy shows up, I mean, then we can help and we can kind of finish building that and everything else. But, so yeah, that's kind of where we're at right now with that. And then, so I think that's what I'll do is I'll put the ladder up here and I'll just screw down. I got chunks of 2x4s around here that I've been cutting and stuff and make myself a ladder. That way I can just walk straight up and it'll almost just be like just a walkway going up there and then do it down the other side. Then that can be all built and everything. So I think that's what I'll get started on and build that up and everything. And that needs to be completed and stuff. So in this area in here, this OSB is going to go. This was just a temporary thing. There used to be a door here that I took out when I remodeled the inside of the house. This house had 5 doors that went to the exterior. It's a little tiny house. It's a 1,000 square foot house. It had 5 doors going to the exterior house. It was crazy. But I think that what I'm going to do is put like some trusses, across here, build something to the roof line. And I think I'm going to have a post that I'm going to set like right in here or something. Make it a couple feet wide or something, and I'm going to put a door on here and build a door in this little square area underneath here where the stovepipe is and where this wall is going to go out here. I don't know if you can imagine or not, but I think what I'm going to do is have it like a utility little shed or something. You need to open up the door and then put like rakes and shovels and all that stuff, you can hang up in there and stuff, and it would just be a little hideaway spot. I think that'll look nice, and it'll be an extra little storage place. Storage is always good. So I kind of just have to figure that all out and see what I can do here. Well, guys, I did not get to that yesterday. It was just too much. I decided I wasn't going to do it. But I got some young helpers coming today that I think are going to help with this. But I did start this and played around with this and everything. So I got my new vent line in, got the water line run out for the outside faucet, and I just put a 2x4 all the way along the ground. And I'm just starting to dig down. I'm not putting a foundation in here. It's all this is it's just going to be a little concrete curb that the wall will come down. The wallboard that will seal to it, and we'll be able to keep any of the rodents from being able to get up inside the wall. That's all it is. So I just need to dig down a couple inches and stuff. The poles and everything, those are all anchored. But so that's what I'm working on. The other gentleman showed up today, and I'll show what he got done today. That gentleman that's working with me, he got up here and he finished his roof on this side. There was about 3 rows that needed to be finished off, and it was actually, 4 rows. And he also flashed a chimney when he was able to get all that done. And then he had to get out here and he had to get to his real job. So he'll be back on a daily basis and tackle little tasks and everything because I just couldn't get over on this side of the roof. There's no way. And I'll do stuff and he'll do stuff and we'll work together, and he'll do more difficult stuff. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, it's coming along real slowly, but coming along. And so now today I actually have a couple young men come and help me. They've been here in other videos and stuff, and they're coming to help me, and I'm thinking maybe I can guide them through and we can kind of fix all that overhang and get that right. And I'm hoping that they can do the concrete on the other side. That's what my goal is for today. So we can get that done. That'd be awesome. So I'm gonna let you guys go. I hope everybody out there is having themselves a great day, great night. So watch this here video, and if you're not, you're gonna simply try that all over again tomorrow. See ya.